Nelson Mandela, the man who forgave a nation. What kind of person spends 27 years in prison and walks out without hatred? What kind of leader chooses forgiveness over revenge? Today, we explore the extraordinary life of Nelson Mandela, a man who transformed suffering into strength and became a symbol of hope for the entire world. This is the story of a village boy who became a revolutionary, a prisoner, a president, and ultimately, a legend. Let's begin. Chapter 1. A Child is Born, 1918. Nelson Mandela was born on July 18th, 1918, in the small village of Mvezo in South Africa. His birth name was Rolihlahla Mandela. In the Xhosa language, Rolihlahla roughly means one who pulls the branch of a tree, or more playfully, troublemaker. Little did anyone know that this boy would one day shake the foundations of an unjust system. Mandela belonged to the Thembu royal family. His father was a local chief. Life was simple. There was no electricity, no modern comforts. But there were stories. Stories of African heroes who resisted oppression. Those stories inspired young Mandela. He dreamed of serving his people. Chapter 2. The Schoolboy Who Received a New Name. When Mandela attended school, a teacher gave him an English name. That name was Nelson. At the time, colonial schools often assigned English names to African children. Mandela excelled in studies. He was intelligent, disciplined, and curious. He later attended the prestigious University College of Fort Hare. Fort Hare was one of the few institutions where black Africans could receive higher education. There he learned leadership. He also learned resistance. When students protested against unfair policies, Mandela joined them. As a result, he was expelled. It was his first major act of defiance. It would not be his last. Chapter 3. Escaping an Arranged Marriage. Mandela's family wanted him to enter an arranged marriage, but Mandela had different plans. He fled to Johannesburg. He arrived with little money and enormous dreams. Life was difficult. He worked various jobs. Sometimes he struggled to afford food. But Johannesburg opened his eyes. There he witnessed the brutal realities of racial discrimination. Black South Africans faced restrictions everywhere. Where they could live, where they could work, where they could travel. Everything was controlled. Mandela realized something important. This system was not merely unfair. It was designed to keep millions oppressed. Chapter 4. Apartheid. In 1948, South Africa formally adopted a system called apartheid. Apartheid means separateness. It legally divided people according to race. White South Africans enjoyed privileges. Black South Africans faced discrimination. Families were separated. Communities were displaced. Political rights were denied. The system affected every aspect of life. Mandela could not remain silent. He joined the African National Congress, commonly known as the ANC. His mission was clear: fight for equality, fight for justice, fight for freedom. Chapter 5. The Young Activist. Mandela became one of the ANC's rising stars. He was energetic, fearless, charismatic. Together with fellow activists, he organized campaigns against unjust laws. He encouraged peaceful protests, boycotts, civil disobedience. Thousands joined. The government responded with arrests and violence, but Mandela refused to back down. His popularity grew, so did government fear. Chapter 6. The Sharpeville Shock. In 1960, tragedy struck. Police opened fire on peaceful protesters in a township called Sharpeville. Many people were killed. The event shocked the world. Mandela concluded that peaceful protest alone might not be enough. The government had shown it was willing to use deadly force. A difficult decision followed. Mandela helped establish an armed wing connected to the struggle against apartheid. Its goal was sabotage against government infrastructure rather than attacks on civilians. The risks were enormous. The government declared Mandela a dangerous enemy. A nationwide manhunt began. Chapter 7. The Black Pimpernel. Mandela went underground. He disguised himself. He travelled secretly. He changed locations frequently. Journalists nicknamed him the Black Pimpernel. For months he evaded authorities. But eventually, in 1962, he was arrested. The government celebrated. They believed the struggle was over. They were wrong. Chapter 8. The Rivonia Trial. Mandela faced serious charges. Many expected a death sentence. The world watched. Then Mandela delivered one of history's greatest speeches. He said, "I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society," and concluded with words that echoed around the world. "But it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die." The courtroom fell silent. Instead of execution, Mandela received life imprisonment. He was sent to prison. He was 46 years old. No one knew he would remain behind bars for 27 years. Chapter 9. Robben Island. Mandela was sent to Robben Island. Conditions were harsh. Prisoners performed hard labor. They brought stones under the sun. Food was poor. Letters were restricted. Visits were rare. Mandela's family suffered. He missed watching his children grow up. He could not attend important family events. Years passed. Then more years. Then decades. Yet Mandela refused to surrender mentally. He studied.